We are going to be creating a 10-inch wind spinner and a sublimation mouse pad in this video. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel, and you will see links below for items that I've used. I don't know what the date is that you're watching this video, but for me, it is the first day of February and it is unseasonably warm right now, and it is giving me incredible cabin fever. So I thought what I would do today is I'm going to look for some spring and summer designs so that I can make a few things that are going to get me motivated for spring craft fairs, for possibly some Easter ideas, or just that perfect wind spinner with that summer or spring design on it. So the first thing, I'm going to go in here and my Creative Fabrica account, and I am going to look for images that I want to use in some designs. And today I am going to be designing in Canva, but I am going to be bringing some images in from Creative Fabrica. I love my Creative Fabrica All Access account. I will have a link below for this. I think this is a phenomenal price for what you get with an all access, and it is, you can use it with your Cricut, with your cutting machines. You've got SVGs. You can use it for homeschooling. There are so many things. There are worksheets in here. But anyway, right now I'm just going to look for some images, and I am going to put in spring flowers just to see what we come up with here. And I'm going to search those. And I'm going to change this to graphics because I'm just looking for graphics right now. So I am looking here, just looking at some great things to see what I can bring in and design. This is really getting me excited for spring. I really like this one. It has got the birdhouses, the butterflies, and all some fun stuff. You could do some fairy magic with that one too. Same with this one. That one's really neat. Oh, here's some hats. There's just so many designs. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'll probably use this Spring Flowers Sublimation clip art here. So I'm going to download the file. After this downloads, I'm going to open it up, and I am going to extract all of the files, and then I will go into Canva and I will get us started on uploading some images. So here I am in my Canva account. Now I do have a Canva Pro account, and so there will be a few things that I might use in here that you may not be able to use with if you have a free account. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to custom size here, and I'm going to change this to inches just because it'll help me figure out what I want to do here. And I think one of the things that I'm going to make is a 10-inch wind spinner. Now, my printer only prints 8.5 to 14 inches. So I'm going to have to do some fine tuning to get this design to fit on a wind spinner. But I am also going to be doing a few other things that I'm going to design as well. But since my wind spinner is 10 inches, I am going to do 10.25 by 10.25, just because I want to have enough room for that wind spinner. So I'm going to create a new design here. And now I'm going to go to uploads over here on the left, and I'm going to look for all of those images that we just brought in. So I'm going to go to my downloads here, and I've got the spring flowers here. So what I clicked on was downloads, and now I'm going to bring in all of these images that I downloaded. And they're just going to start populating. Again, I went to upload and then upload files. And then I just clicked on all of the images from that cute bundle that we found in Creative Fabrica. So all kinds of fun things coming in here. They're populating very quickly. So I'm going to start looking at them as they're coming in. There's just so many fun things. Oh, let's see. Oh, that wagon is super cute. I'm going to scroll down here. The butterfly is adorable. Oh, the hat. I'm really loving these little fairy houses or bird houses, whatever you want to call them here. I really like this birdhouse. I'm going to add that. And then I like the butterfly. So just click on them and it'll bring them into your image. And then you can take these adjusting corners here and you can move them around. So I'll probably move that around a little bit and I can turn it. I'm just going to start playing with this because I'm not quite sure what I'm doing. I'm just having fun here. So I'm going to start off with that. As you can see, Canva gives you lines to show you where the center is of your document. So I really like that because that'll be the center. If I do this on a wind spinner, it would be the center. So I'm going to make this butterfly smaller here. Maybe move them over to the other side, move them somewhere here. And then I'm going to keep looking for some other things to add to this as well. I like this. It's got the butterfly and some flowers. So of course I'm going to make this smaller. Maybe bring it in here. Maybe I'll even rotate it so you can flip. You can go to flip here. You can rotate it horizontal and vertical. Did you see that? I'll do it again here. So then it just gives it a different look from what it is here that brought it in. So I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna flip it so that it's the opposite of what it is in the download. And I'll leave that there. Um, I'm going to show you a couple things that you can do with this. So I'm gonna click on this image, and I'm going to go to Edit Photo here, Edit Photo, and I am going to go to Magic Eraser. Now, this is part of the Pro options, but I'm going to go in and I'm going to take this bird out. He just looks like he's kind of just sitting in thin air there. So I'm just going to erase him here. So now that will, when you run your brush over the image and when you let go, it will delete that image. So now you can see that that bird is gone. So now I am going to hit edit photo and that'll bring that back in. And there you can see that that bird is gone. And I'm thinking about adding my butterfly over there. Maybe make them a little bit smaller and possibly flip them here. There. Change it a little bit there. That looks really nice. So now I'm going to keep adding items. I just like to make my some of the images my own by changing things on them. Like this one, we can do the same thing. We can go in and we can edit the photo. Oops, hit edit here and we can do magic erase and that'll bring it in and you can see things in here. And I've just got the brush here. You can change the brush size to bigger, to smaller. I'm just going to use it this size here and I'm going to get rid of this butterfly right here. And now I'm going to let go of the brush. And as soon as that's done, I'll put that back in the image, in the design. Oh, left a little bit here, so I'm going to go over it again. And as soon as you let go, it starts to edit the image. And I'm going to do it one more time because there's a couple pieces here yet. Not that you would see this in that tiny, tiny little image that we're going to have on this design, but I thought it would be nice just to have it just right. So now we hit edit photo. Now that has taken out what I wanted taken out of that image. So I kind of like this here, this little pot of plants here. And I'm going to shrink that down and I'm just going to set it right here by the front porch, maybe up here, shrink her down a little bit more. Just kind of set that on the step, maybe. See what that looks like. Zoom in so I can see it better. Hey, that looks kind of cute there. All right, so now I'm going to zoom back out. So I want it the big picture here of what the wind spinner would look like. So now I'm going to go up to elements here on the left, and I am going to put in um, let's see, spring background. You can pretty much search for whatever you want. I'm going to go to graphics here. And anything with this crown here is a pro. So if you want to put a background in that's not a pro, there are some here. This is not pro. This isn't pro. This one isn't pro. But so if you don't have a pro account, you can still work on this the same way. You just don't have as big of a choice of images. I kind of like this one. This looks like it'll look really good with this design. So I'm going to click on this and it'll add it to our design. Two in by accident. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to find the edge there, stretch this out all the way. And now, because you can't see anything else, you go to position here, and I'm going to send it to the back. So it's all the way to the back now, and then you can see our design here. I think that's all I'm going to add for this wind spinner. So now what I have to do is I have to download this image because I'm going to split it. I have to download it first and then I'm going to split it because like I said, I'm putting this on a 10-inch wind spinner and I only have a 8.5-inch printer. The biggest that I can print is 8.5 by 14. So nowhere in there can I get that 10. So I am going to have to split this. So I'm going to go here to share and I'm going to download this and I'm going to download it with a transparent background. So I'm going to download this and after it downloads, I am going to bring that into my Canva account again. So what I'll do here is I will start a new design. So I'll go back to custom size here. I'm going to do the same size again, 10.25 by 10.25 inches. So I'm going to create a new design and I am going to now upload that picture that I just downloaded because we just turned that into an image, a JPEG image. So, or I'm sorry, a PNG image. So here it comes in and I'm going to bring my image in. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to stretch it all the way out so that it's the full 10.25. Well, it's a little bigger than that. It's, if you can see here, when you're dragging, it tells you the size. See the black 10.3, 10.1. But anyway, I'm just going to stretch it out like that. And I am going to duplicate this. Well, I'll wait. So I have this image. I'm going to duplicate it here. So what I did is I just went here and hit the duplicate button. Duplicate. So I can delete one because I have two of them. So now here's where the magic comes in when you are printing a wind spinner when you do not have big enough size. So what I'm going to do is bring this down to about 2.25 inches here. I just picked up, here's the design. I just picked this up and I'm going to bring it to about right above that peak there. So about 2.3 inches. So now this is going to be one part of my wind spinner. And now I'm going to duplicate this again. And I am going to bring this one down. I'm going to grab the top and I'm going to bring this one down to about the top here. Well, it doesn't have to go that far. I just have to make sure that I'm able to print that. So now I've got two designs here. See, it's got the top off here and it's got the top here to add back in when I print this. So now I'm going to delete this one because I do not need this one right now. And again, I'm going to go and I'm going to download these. So I'm going to go to download and I'm going to do transparent background. Transparent background is a pro thing here. If you don't have a transparent background, you'll just have to work with it the way it is. I am going to increase the pixel size here. And now I am going to hit download. Now, after these download, I'm going to open a Word document because I am going to print these in from Word. So I will go and get that done. And then we will print these and then we will press them onto a wind spinner. So here I've opened a new Word document. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my layouts here, and I am going to make sure that it is 8.5 by 11, and orientation, I'm going to make it landscape here. And I'm going to set my margins to 0. Now I could use 8.5 by 14 as well, but I don't need it. I can only print so big, and the wind spinner is 10 inches. And so I'm just going to go with 8.5 by 11. So I am going to insert my picture here, this device here, insert. I am going to go find my document here. Oh, they're in here. And I'm going to bring them both in actually. So I'll insert both of these images that we just made in Canva. And I'm going to bring these in. Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to hit the wrap feature, the layout options, and I'm going to do wrap and through so that I can move that around on my page. And where's the other one? Lost it here. So anyway, so I'm going to, as you can see here now, this came in and it's showing 8.5 by 8.5. Now what I want to do here is the sizing right here. So I want to change this. I got to get this up to 10 inches. So I'm going to go up to 10 here. Oh, there's the other piece right here. So I'm going to do the same, the wrap and the through on that. And I will probably just delete this for now until we get this one where we want it. And what I'm going to do here now is I'll make this smaller because I got to get a hold of that icon. I'm trying to get my icon up here, this one, because I'm going to flip this upside down. There we go. So that I can get this to the right size. Now what I'm going to do again is I'm going to go back to picture format, and I'm going to make this 10 inches. So I'll just go up to 10 here. Actually, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. I'm going to make it about 10.25. So that is going to make that a perfect square there. Move that around on my paper so that when it prints, it's printing the whole thing. And now I'm going to open another document and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to go to layout. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go to layout. I'm going to make sure that my orientation is landscape, my margins are 0, my size is correct, and then I'm going to insert my image again. So that's number 2 here. And I'm going to do the wrap and through feature here. And then again, I'm going to make this 10.25. I'm just going to move it around on the paper here a little bit so that I am ready to print this. So now we're going to go to File and Print. We're going to make sure that we have our Sublimation printer is what we're going to be using. I'm using an Epson EcoTank 2760 that I've converted over to Sublimation printing by adding Sublimation ink. And now I'm going to go into my printer properties. I'm going to make sure that premium presentation paper matte is selected in high quality. And under more options, I'm going to make sure that I have image options, say emphasize more and emphasize thin lines. And you always want to make sure that you're mirroring your image and that high speed is unchecked. So for sublimation, always mirror your images. And then we're going to hit OK. Now you're going to want to make sure that you print 2 of each of these designs. You're going to print 2 of this one, and you're going to print 2 of the other design that we made for the wind spinner, because you need them for both the front and the back. This is the wind spinner that we're going to be using here. And as you can see, it has a plastic film on it. You are going to need to get this whole plastic film off from both sides of this wind spinner. And then you're going to clean it. And I like to use a lint roller and then a coffee filter after that, because there will be some metal shavings on here, and the lint roller will get those off very nicely. And then this wind spinner also comes with this hookup that we will be putting on there. And then I also like to add a weight, and so this is the weight that we're going to be using on this one. I will have links below to items that we're using in this video. On the right here, you can see that I have all of that protective plastic removed from this sublimation wind spinner, and then I did clean it with the lint roller, and you can see on the left here that my image is almost done for the front side of this wind spinner. So then I'm going to be trimming this down. Also, while my designs are printing, I'm going to fire up my press. I'm using the HTV Ront Auto Press for these. On the right there, I've kind of lifted up that silicone mat. I have added a silicone mat to my press, and it works really, really well. I will have a link below for that. I do put that on top of the HTV Ront pressing mat. But we are going to fire this up for 385 degrees Fahrenheit, and we are going to run these for 60 seconds. We're going to press each side for 60 seconds on these wind spinners. And here are the designs all printed. I forgot to mention that I used HTV Ront 125 paper, sublimation paper for this as well. Sometimes I use different brands, but for this one I did use HTV Ront. Now you can see on the left how I have taken the image from both the top and the bottom, and I am going to be piecing them together. Now you're going to want to cut off so that you have no white showing. You want this to match up perfectly. So on the right here, you can see that I have laid it down. You can see it overlapping a little bit. And then I laid my wind spinner on top just to make sure that it fits perfectly before I tape these together. Now I just tape these on the edges because anywhere that there is tape and you lay that wind spinner on top of it and it will show through. So now we're going to take that design and we're going to set it on the silicone pressing mat that you can see on the right there, face up, and I am laying the wind spinner on top of the design. I am not taping it down because I have had tape get around the side and then leave a mark, but you can use tape, heat resistant tape if you want. I've used heat resistant tape to tape this together as well. Always use heat resistant tape when you're using a heat press. But I just lay this on there now, and I'm going to put protective paper on and I'm going to press. Be sure that you're using either heat resistant gloves or a good hot pad because these are going to be extremely hot. Now I've got my design covered with the protective paper and I'm going to do my first press 385 degrees for 60 seconds. Here is after the first press, very vibrant colors. Now I set up the exact same way. I have my second print, I have the heat tape on there, and now I'm laying my wind spinner with the side that I already pressed face up because we want the blank side face down on the image. And again, we need to add protective paper to this, and we're going to press again at 385 degrees for 60 seconds. Now you can see both sides here, the front and the back. Turned out really good. Just be super careful because these are extremely hot right now. Oh, so while our beautiful wind spinner is cooling, I thought I would show you our next project. I'm going to do a wind spinner, I think. Now remember, this was a sublimation ready wind spinner, and this is also a sublimation ready mouse pad. That means that it's ready to accept the sublimation ink. Make sure that all of your blanks that you purchase are sublimation ready. So this comes in at about 9.5 inches by about 7.75, a little over, a little over 3/4 inches the other way. So now we're going to go and we're going to design a mouse pad today. So now I'm back in my Canva account and I'm going to go to custom size here. And I want the width to be, I'm going to go with 9.75 inches and I am going to go with 8 inches high. I want this mouse pad design to be slightly bigger than the mouse pad because I don't want any white edges on the mouse pad. So now I'm going to hit create new design. Now I'm going to go to my uploads here where I uploaded these beautiful designs. There's the one we just used for the wind spinner. And I'm going to look around here. I had also uploaded some car coasters from Creative Fabrica yesterday, and they turned out really cute. But we are just going to do this last project today is going to be a mouse pad. I really like that wheelbarrow. I keep going back and forth with that. So I think I'm going to put that in. That is just super cute. And I didn't know that I would use mouse pads as much as I do, but I do find that I use them more than I thought. And I have so many computers that it's so nice to have a mouse pad by each one so that I don't have to move them around all the time. So now, and what else can I put with this? Maybe I'll put this butterfly in there too. He's super cute. So I'm going to shrink him down. I'm not going to be removing any part of the butterfly in this one. I think I'm just going to shrink him down and put them in here right in front of that wheelbarrow, but just blending in to the background. I might flip it though. Let's flip it. Whoops, flip the wrong one. Let's get this one and flip it just so that it looks a little more like our design. And what else can we add to this here out of these beautiful images here? That might be enough. I think I'm just going to go here now to elements and I'm going to look for springtime backgrounds again. Oops, if I could spell it right, it would help. Spring backgrounds. I'm just going to click on the one that we were looking at before. And again, I'm going to go to graphics. I don't know what I want to use for this one. I want something that's really uplifting when I am working because they just on a cute mouse pad just brings so much delight when you're busy working all the time. Maybe this one. Let's see what this one looks like. Pull it in here and stretch it out. And then I'm going to send it to the back so that my other image comes forward. That's really cute. I really like that. I think that's going to be our image for our mouse pad. So now I'm going to go to share. And again, we're going to download and we want a PNG. Again, there are other choices that you can do, but a PNG is best for sublimation. And now because I have Pro, I can raise this up, to a higher pixel count. You don't need a transparent background for this one, and you do not need to change the pixel size either, but I'm just going to do a transparent background. And then I am going to download this. Now I will open up a Word document and I will add this image into it so that we get the size just right for printing. So here we are in our Word document again. So again, I'm going to go to Insert and I'm going to bring that design in here. I got to go and find it here. It's in my downloads. Click on that, and there it is. So I'm going to bring that in. And you can see it came in at 8.01 by 9.76, so just the right size, slightly bigger than what we made it in Canva. Again, I'm going to go to my layout options here, and I'm going to do wrapping and through. You can also do that up here if you're not real familiar with Word. You can do the wrap and through there. But that just gives you you can move it around on your page. And I like to have it just centered nicely so that when I go to print this, none of the edges are cut off. And because if you get your edge cut off, then it won't fit properly on the mouse pad. So now I'm going to print this the same that I did for the wind spinner. So I'm going to go to File and Print. And it's my Epson EcoTank 2760. Now it says it's offline here, but that is because I use a printer cable. I strongly suggest you use a printer cable for sublimation because if you use your Wi-Fi, you could get la it could lag and that's going to give you streaks. So I suggest that you get a printer cable to connect to your printer. So now I'm going to go to printer properties. I'm going to make sure that my premium presentation paper mat is selected, high quality. Again, under more options, emphasize more, emphasize thin lines. I'm going to make sure it's mirroring, and I'm going to make sure I have high speed turned off. Click OK, and I am going to go and print this. Oops, I don't need two of them. That was for the wind spinner. I only need one for this mouse pad. So now I will go and print this, and then we will press it, and we will be done. Now while that image is printing, we are going to just prep this mouse pad the same as we would anything else that we're using for sublimation. And I am using a lint roller for that. And now I'm going to take this wind spinner and I'm going to show you how to press it apart so that it catches the wind. So you just put your thumb on the front and the back and you just push lightly like this, pulling the fins out. Okay, I'll do that again. So see if you can see this. Push lightly, get the fins out like that. See how that has separated them out? I'm going to do it a little bit more here. Put your fingers on it and push again. And there are other videos online that you can see this. And when this hangs up now, you can see that it's fanned out and it will catch the wind real nicely. On the left here, you can see the image after it was done printing. Now, I'm not going to trim this down because I am just setting my mouse pad down with the white side, the sublimation ready side facing up. And then on the right here, you can see that I laid my image over the top of the mouse pad. Now you might want to use heat resistant tape to make sure that you've got it on correctly so you don't have any white showing. I did not. I just was very careful setting this on top of the mouse pad. And so again, the mouse pad is on my silicone mat with the black side down, facing up the white side. And now I've got my HTV Ront paper on top, the design on top of that mouse pad. And now I'm going to cover it with protective paper and I am going to press it 385 degrees for 30 seconds. And here is the mouse pad right after pressing. The color is very vivid. Now this mouse pad was done at 385 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 seconds. I'm not going to take this outside right now, but I've given it a spin so that you can see that all together and just how beautiful that wind spinner turned out. And here they are together, the wind spinner on the left and the mouse pad on the right, giving us that fun summer feel that I'm looking for right now. Thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe to my channel and see links below for items that I've used in this video. Have a great day.